All right, we're here with Kings Fork head football coach Anthony Joffrion and his lovely little one after a win, 27-19 over the Wise Pumas from Maryland here tonight. Coach, you've been hearing about it. All these Virginia teams struggling in out-of-state games, but you guys are able to protect home turf tonight after having a lead, losing it. Tell me, how does it feel to get this one done tonight?
I mean, it felt great, man. You know, our team, it wasn't the best game, but we just did everything to stay together. Special teams played special. Offense and defense, we fed off each other, even though offensively we set us back at times, but nobody pointed a finger. And this is the first time I've been part of a staff and kids that just want to win. And it's not about, blaming someone else or anything like that. I think it's a real team, a real family.
So many different playmakers for you tonight, from Joshua Pittman, the Virginia Tech commit, Anthony Henderson, DeAndre Artis-Boone, Zadarius Wynn giving you the lead back with his return for touchdown. Can't forget about the offensive lineman and your running backs in Isaiah Gilliam, but Preston Hall also helped you out there too.
Yes.
The two unsung heroes for you, though, let's talk about them. Darion Knight with 3 sacks, and then early on, Ernest Jones Jr. with the strip in return for a score to set the tone.
Yeah, those kids, man, they're just special. Darion Knight's been a 4-year starter. For him to finally, come out and, get some notoriety is really exciting. Ernest Jones, is the heart and soul of our defense. I was very excited for him to make a play like that. It was huge. I didn't even know he made it till he walked in the end zone. It was just a great night, man, a true team effort. And that's what's, really exciting about it.
Well, it happened so fast. I had to ask him from the box, keeping the stats, who did you strip on the play? He said number 3. Told you he was attentive of what happened. The NFHS network camera didn't even catch it because they were showing the replay. It happened so quickly. For you guys, what was the message at halftime? Because you had a double-digit lead, but you probably didn't feel safe knowing what was capable of, and they also played Maury tight last year as well.
Yeah, so for us at halftime, it was really finished, even though we did the exact opposite in the third quarter. We didn't score. We had 2 turnovers.
Isn't that how it goes with teenage kids, though?
Yeah, it went really bad. Turnovers, just crazy stuff. But then in the fourth quarter, we did a great job bouncing back. Zadarius Wynn made a Zadarius Wynn type play on kickoff return. It was just a great team effort.
Your offensive line, you had that drive where you had 6 straight runs to get an 8-point lead from up a couple points, and the youngster's really excited. She's happy. She wants to go get some food and dessert and some chocolate cake, probably, or ice cream. But what's it say to kind of win the game with a physical approach down the stretch?
Yeah, it was amazing. Isaiah Gilliam, his dad is actually on our coaching staff, so I kept telling him, man, he needs to run north. He needs to hit the hole. So Gilliam, he kept bouncing it in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, he said, I'm just going to get north. So that's what he did. Then our offensive line is young. We got 3 guys, first-time starters out there. And, to go against a team like this with all this talent, they did a really good job of holding up.
You know how good your classification is in your region, in Class 5 Region B, the Southeastern District. You got teams you'll see with the Nansemond Rivers, the Indian Rivers, the Oscar Smiths. But to win a game in this type of fashion, you had a couple of these like last year. What's it do for the camaraderie of the group, the new guys and also the returnees?
Yeah, I would say, game one, is always like a weird game. Typically offenses struggle, defenses play well, and, and special teams is crucial. So I think this game, was just a really physical game. I'm glad no one got hurt on our team. I don't think anyone on their team got hurt as well, but it was just a really physical, well-coached football game. And that's what we were looking for to start out the year.
Well, 1-0 starts always better than 0-1. Thank you so much. Go enjoy it.